Hi, Pat.
Hi, Russ.
Why you've got more road wins than anybody in the ACC except Duke, and you're tied with them. Why do you two things? Why do you think your team has played so well on the road? Probably a lot to do with the experience. And what do you stress to the players when you go on the road?
Yeah, I think the veteran nature of our team and our experience has a lot to do with that all the way down our roster. Our guys have been in really, really tough environments and winning programs. So that helps. I don't know. I mean, I don't think I could put my finger on just one thing. We do stress what we call road excellence, which is just from the very moment you begin to pack your bags, you have an excellence mindset. We tell them when you pack your bags, don't put one pair, put two pairs of defense in your bag because that travels. And then it's just about, the process about how we go about the travel there, whether it's, and then once we get there, it's the quality of our film sessions, the quality of our walkthroughs, the quality of our shoot arounds. We're very regimented in what we do, that are the way we travel, and our processes are very consistent. So I don't know if that leads to success, but that's how we go about our business.
Matt McGavage, go ahead.
Pat, I'm curious, what has it been like over these last few weeks as you guys are on this 6 game win streak and have been collecting some quality wins to see the collective buy-in from the Louisville fan base like kind of gradually increase, especially since the showing in the Bahamas?
Yeah, I mean, that's really cool. And it's awesome to feel, that momentum. You feel the excitement around the city and within our fan base, um, the energy in our building. You can definitely feel it. I'm not saying we're numb to that and we don't pay attention to that. It's awesome. It's what we set out to do from the very beginning, to inject energy back into the city, into the program. And it seems to be doing that. We're very happy for that, very proud of that. But um, within this building and within our just process of what we call the next thing, that's the most important thing in the history of our program. That's the next thing we do. And that'll be the weightlifting session that starts in about 27 minutes. And I'll be upset if that's not the best lift ever in the history of basketball at Louisville. And then we'll start, our practice a couple hours after that. We'll watch film today, and we'll give our undivided attention to a very, very talented and dangerous Syracuse game today. That's just all we harp on, is elite in the process, and the results will take care of themselves. And that's kind of been coming to fruition because our guys haven't been caught up in a win streak or what happened yesterday or what happened the last week. It's about the next thing. That doesn't guarantee elite results. That doesn't guarantee that we're going to win tomorrow. But that's just how we go about our stuff.
We'll go next to Ian Nicholas. Go ahead, Ian.
Hi, Coach. Safe travels to Syracuse today.
Thank
I
you.
know you've been a head coach for over 10 years now, and this is your third different stop, but halfway through your first season at Louisville, have you learned anything about yourself as a head coach or taken a different approach to anything this year compared to that at Charleston or Winthrop?
Man, how long you got? Because I could talk about 7 billion things that I learned. I'm the first to point out, even to our players, that I sure as heck don't have all the answers, and I'm always looking for opportunities to grow and to learn. Every single game that we play, every single practice, I try to do my best to be a sponge and willing to listen to new ideas and to adjust. So I don't even know where to start. Um, I think if you had to make me pick one thing and one thing only, I would say on November, whatever it was, when the ball went up in the air in probably our biggest early game, like the first time the lights came on for real, and we were playing a major power conference team, and the Tennessee Volunteers, coached by Rick Barnes, absolutely figuratively and literally punched us in the mouth. And it was like a baptism by fire as to how it is at this level. And it was eye-opening. And I walked out and I said, okay, got it. I'm not the smartest knife in the drawer, but you punch me in the mouth and I realized what we're dealing with and what we're up against here. Just the physicality with which they played. They hit you hard. They punch you. They don't let you move. They hold you. They grab you. They claw you. They illegal screen you. And I say all that in the most complimentary way possible, because I love toughness, man. And that was very, very, very eye-opening. And I thought it was a great early test. And I thought my AD was crazy for scheduling that game. He asked me and I, in a weak moment, okayed it. But afterwards, I'm so glad we played it, because it really opened our eyes as to how nasty and tough that you got to be to succeed and to compete at a really high level.
Brett Friedlander, go ahead.
Hey, Pat, how you doing this morning?
Good. How are you?
Given the injuries and the nature of the injuries that you guys had early in the season, how much have you had to reinvent your team as you've gone along on the fly? And how different is your team now than it was maybe back in November?
Yeah, I use this saying a lot because Coach Prosser, Skip Prosser, used to say it all the time. The season's a lifetime. So many things happen from the start to the end. He always used to say, babies are born, people die. There's ups, there's downs, there's goods, there's bads. I always say that. And it's kind of, one of the fun things to me about coaching is figuring it out, right? And everybody has to figure stuff out, whether it's when you get punched in the mouth against Tennessee, when you get whatever, you have good things happen, bad things happen. It's helping your team get on to the next thing and respond the right way. And sometimes it's how you respond to success, which is what we're dealing with right now, right? Or what we're seeing, but then it's some adversity too. And there's no question that we dealt with some really tough things with injuries to some really key guys that made us, like you said, kind of reinvent ourselves and go back to the drawing board a little bit. And it took a little bit for us to get our footing back and to figure out our new way. But I really feel like our guys adapted well, and we have some good momentum going right now.
Could you kind of elaborate on what the new way is?
Well, I mean, our rotation got shorter, got very, very short for a while until we got Kadir back, which forced us to, not play different, because we always play very fast and we value transition and we tilt the floor and we want to play on the attack. But we got a lot of guys that are playing really high minutes. So we had to pick and choose our spots on certain things, whether it's picking up full court pressure, defensive wise, probably don't do that as much anymore. And then just some adjustments and things like that to lineups and defensive stuff, just without a Cason Pryor, who's one of the more dominant players defensively, I think, in college basketball. So we had to make some pick and roll adjustments, some rebounding adjustments, some transition defense adjustments, just to name a few.
Very good. Thank you very much, and best of luck this week.
Thank you.
We can squeeze one last question in for David Teal.
Pat, it's striking going down your roster how many guys you brought in who have not only played in the NCAA tournament, but advanced in the NCAA tournament. How intentional was that to get guys from winning programs?
Well, that was definitely a consideration, because we value winning and value winners. And many times, if you come from winning programs, there's a reason, because those programs had winning players. That's just a big thing for us in this new age, in the transfer portal era, because it's very important to be able to mesh your team quickly and build chemistry quickly and build camaraderie and those type of things. And I think, everybody has a little bit of different pixie dust and secret sauce, the way they go about their deal and their process in forming that bond. But it's so much easier, and you're way, way, way far down the road when you take into account things like, character and team first mentality, we, not me, guys that are unselfish, that give of themselves for the good of the team, that buy into what we call our 25 strong culture, and power of the unit, which is a very, very big slogan and saying to us. And it's not just something that's on a wall that doesn't mean anything. It means everything. It means love. It means loving your teammate. And, winning is part of that. And it's definitely something that we took into consideration. All these guys come from programs that, one, they were very, very well coached. They come from programs with really good coaching all the way down the line. And that really helped.
Pat, thank you. Appreciate the time.
Okay. Thank you.
We'll bring Bill Courtney on next from Miami. If you have